So instead we're going to dive straight into the timeline by first of all saying, if you want something more thorough, I would recommend
HuWhite Horseman.
That is the name of a channel. So first of all, let's run through a very brief timeline. In the timeline of events for things that intrigued me, they had utterly betrayed him in the sense that they had gone against the very values he himself believed in. Turns out, if you leave one slimy community of slimy people who have no integrity to then link up with people who are also slimy and have no integrity, when you yourself wish to have nothing but integrity, you're gonna fall apart anyway. I thought, well, this can be considered the straw that breaks the camel's back and encourages me to do a video on you. It should be noted now, they apparently patched things up later, but that fell apart and we'll get to that soon enough. And it also failed to deliver with guests and an audience to watch, which was interesting. I will admit that it did give people a chance to just flesh out their issues, and the show was incredibly popular and profitable, earlobe rubbing profitable, for a lot of those involved. It is interesting to see someone give up on their own values because they couldn't smell the trash a mile off from the very people they associated with, to continue making those poor decisions until those poor decisions left him with nothing. That's interesting for somebody who apparently had values, to then utterly shaft it for the sake of, I can't handle anything now. Oops. We could easily talk about your relationship to the more extracurricular variety. Can't imagine what I'm talking about. But with all of this, I will just press X to doubt, cause swagness. Not gonna bash it, we all have to do what we have to do to survive. No criticism from me on that. Although since I as well am inspired by Cthulhu, that makes two other slimy creators apparently who lack integrity. Wasn't he banned from going to Israel or something? Which I do recall led to another one of those arguments. Doesn't matter. The show died. Which led to the most iconic quote and one of Cognitive Thought's donations, I believe. Andy Warski screaming, "Stay back," with his friend who had the pew-pew thingy getting arrested and I believe charged with 4 counts. Oops. Andy had claimed that Chris had stolen from him, but I never bothered to look into whether or not this was true or not. If Chris did, by all means tell me, otherwise I'm just gonna think Andy's lying. Some of you will have opinions on him. He's been accused of doxing, he's been accused of flagging, and lacking any credible integrity. By all means, go nuts if you think that. I'm not gonna say if he does or not, because I can't be bothered with any unnecessary argument. But he was involved. She claimed it was her idea, but most actually attribute it to him. Or Dave Cullen, I can never remember which. Possibly both. But he was doing very well on views and money, and I believe Hate Watch listed him as a right-wing, alt-right, white nationalist, and did a number of articles on him. I hope you all have a cracking day. Thank you all for listening. I wonder if anyone would believe me if I told them I recorded that entire timeline in one go.